Right. Well, while the states need to do what they have to do, but you have people who have said consistently that, well, the federal government gets over 52% of the funds for the entire country in allocation. And then in August 29, 2012, we do remember, it was also widely published, the president said, expect the dividends of the democracy by 2013. Now the year has come to an end. Take, for instance, the power sector. In spite of the huge amount of resources that has gone into the power sector, as we speak, there are lots of complaints going on saying, look, they just don't understand what's going on. Different areas are still in darkness.
Now, I've said we are building power plants. Now today, we are trying to get transmission lines fixed so that we can generate power from those 10 power plants. If you look at the cumulative generation capacity of the 10 power plants that have been built, it's over 7,000 megawatts. So if you start those power plants today, they will give you cumulative for what we have from the hydroelectric plants existing. They will give you about more than 10,000 megawatts of electricity. But there is the last mile effort we need to make. Some of the power plants we are doing the last mile effort to connect to gas, which is very crucial, and then the other one's transmission. So we're also investing and working hard at those levels. So please, like I said, judge us by the effort we have made. Yes, we have not yet, because we have just finished a transitional period, the new companies are taking off, we still have problems. We have problems of sabotage, like I've told you. Nigerians are also destroying the power lines. When we are building, some people are destroying. And there is a need for us as citizens to help stabilize the power situation. As far as government is concerned, from the effort we have made to complete the NIPP projects in 3 years, to also work on the transmission lines, and we're doing a lot of work in it. You can go through from the southeast, right down through Jos, right down through Kaduna to link back to the southwest, so that we can have a power loop. So when power is generated, either from Kanji or Shiroro, it can go around. If there is a problem in the northwest, it can go through this way to the southeast and vice versa. So the linkage is to ensure that from Osogbo, you can generate power in a circular way and distribute around the country. This was not there before. So what the last mile effort is what is not seen, preventing us from seeing the result of the added capacity we have acquired. So by the time we finish the last mile effort, transmission lines,
but the thing is,
then the connection to gas, you are going to see increased power. It will definitely come.
These targets that we're talking about,
as I said, judge us by
is the federal government that set these targets. If you set a target and you don't meet the target that you set, we didn't set it, Nigerians didn't, the federal government did. Not once, not twice, and now look at this one. Now, what is wrong in saying, well, yes, we set a target, but we have not been able to meet this target, but then you can still look at the efforts they were making. It means that we're working towards meeting the target. What's wrong with that? Why not admit it?
I said, yes, we have had targets and we have acquired the target. For example, I believe today we're in a position to generate 10,000 megawatts of electricity, given the power plants we have completed. So what we are doing is the last mile effort. So we have actually acquired that capacity, but we need to finish the last mile effort. And that's why I'm saying we need patience. But there is a lot of politics around already. Okay, the president said it will be this, so he has failed. I'm saying no, because what the president is doing in power is far better than any government has done in the history of this country since the Gowon period. So let us admit that this president, this government is doing a lot of work. Yes, there are sometimes unforeseen things. You wouldn't know that you will acquire capacity and somebody will go and destroy a transmission line. You wouldn't know that you will acquire capacity, somebody will go and bust a pipeline that is carrying gas, to power companies. So all these things happen, and I am saying that we remain undaunted and we remain focused on delivering power to Nigerians. In addition to this, don't forget, we have just started work on Zungiru. Early this year we have started the Zungiru power hydroelectric power plant that was abandoned after in the pipelines for more than 5 decades. The president has started work there. We are just starting the transmission line from Magurara Dam to take additional power to the industrial site in Kaduna. So a lot of things are happening, but with power, unfortunately, until you tie the last knot, you cannot have the results. But definitely, even now, the situation is better than we saw. But what the work we have done on ground going forward the situation will tremendously improve. That is my belief.
Mr. Maku, I'm sure that a host of Nigerians appreciate the investments that the federal government is making in the power sector, and there's definitely evidence, at least on the ground, to show that. But they would not be able to fully appreciate it until it translates into electricity in their homes. Do you have an idea of when all of this investment will finally begin to translate into power in the homes of Nigerians?
So that when we go in another 2 months, you say, okay, this is what Mr. Maku has said. Now let me tell you this. Yes, I can tell you, I am confident about what we have invested in power, and I know that result will definitely come, and it will come not just because of federal effort, but because right now, because we have also privatized power, the additional technology and investment coming from the private sector will reinforce government effort. So allow the system to settle down. Allow us to finish the last mile effort. Allow the new company to settle down and bring in ingenuity technology and added investments. Yes, we are sorry that today we have not had the power supply directly to every citizen as we wish we can do. And I can tell you that we are committed, the government is committed, and I want Nigerians to know that this president, this government has done much more for power than anyone has done in recent times. So we have done this investment, and the investment is growing and giving results. So I believe that as we move from this year towards 2015, power should improve.
Are you saying we should wait for 2 years? Is that how long we have to wait? We're looking at the time frame here specifically. Can you give us a time frame?
I think, my sister, I think we should be reasonable. We're dealing with a power system that will develop. I don't want to give you that in June, this is what will happen. But I'm saying you can look at progress. You can look at what has done. We have built 10 new power plants. We are connecting to gas. We are changing transmission line. So as we move, and then new people have also come on board, the private sector. So cumulatively, what I'm saying is that power will improve as we move towards 2014 and beyond. So I can't give you beyond that. I expect that when the results come, citizens will feel it. I don't want to again read deadlines, which is what you expect. I will not read deadlines. But the point I'm making is that the power situation in Nigeria will improve based on the concrete achievements and the work that this government has done. So citizens should be patient, and they will feel the improvement as we move forward.
All right, Mr. Maku, we actually will appreciate it if you will drop by our Lagos studios so that Nigerians can also appreciate more what you're trying to pass across to them. But we do hope you will oblige us by doing that. But in the meantime, we want to thank you very much indeed for coming on Sunrise Daily today.
Yeah, well, I also want to thank you and thank Nigerians for listening. But I also want to pass this comment on the press. I know a lot of good work is going on in the media, but as we approach 2015, we are seeing too much partisanship, because the press is supposed to be a mirror projecting the government and society as it is. But the mirror is getting broken. If the mirror is broken and pieces, then don't show distorted images. And I think we should be judged according to the record and the time frame. And I've not seen any government doing better than what we are doing now in the last 20 years. And I'm ready to go to a debate with anybody on this matter. Partisanship is one thing, reality on ground is quite another. And I think we need to isolate partisanship and discuss records.
That's why we say if you drop by, you could show them these records and let them run with the records. But we welcome you anytime you just want to do that. But thank you for coming.
Yeah, ma'am, I'll come on invitation. Anytime you invite me, I will come.
Okay. Thank you for coming on. Mr. Labaran Maku is the Minister of Information and the Supervising Minister of Defense. We'll be back after this break. Join us again.